all doing well today. I'm Karina and this is Explore Blue Wilds, where we do adventurous things all around the world and travel sustainably. But right now, we're stuck at home. So instead, we're going to talk about some really important travel essentials. And this episode is going to be Zero Waste Travel Essentials Snack Edition. So let's get started. Number one, and these are basically in order of importance. Number one is reusable cutlery. Super important. I have used these so many times on travels whenever you're basically anywhere. Takeout food, street food, if you're on a picnic, anything. Having reusable cutlery will save you so much waste, and it's super light, easy to carry around. These two plastic ones, like a serrated edge and a spatula and then a spork, got me through like 4 years of college and travel and eating all sorts of various foods. So reusable cutlery would be the number one thing I would suggest you throw in your bag for zero waste snacking. Numero dos is a reusable water bottle. You guys knew this was coming. Reusable water bottle, 100% zero waste travel essential. I would highly suggest getting an insulated one so then you can use it for both hot and cold drinks. So you could even like go to a coffee shop and get this filled up if you wanted. Yeah, just avoid drinking bottled water at all costs. Reusable water bottles are great. Three is reusable zippered bags. They are so helpful, so useful. Anytime you think you're gonna put things in a Ziploc bag, which is basically all the time when you're traveling, reusable bags to the rescue. I would suggest getting a like snack sandwich size bag so you can make sandwiches and put them in here, or just any bigger foods, and then a tiny snack bag for any of your junk foods, fruits, you know, if you want to be healthy, whatever. And then I would also suggest having like a mini one. This one could actually also be like a hard container because it's super small, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to take up any more space as a container. So just having a tiny one for things like trail mix, tiny candies. I would suggest having small foods that you can just eat whenever, and this is a really great container for them. Number 4 is a cloth napkin, or I don't know, just like a napkin-sized cloth. You can use as a napkin, you can use it as like kind of a place to put your food like on your lap. Super great to have around. It's always better than using paper napkins, and I would highly recommend getting one of like cotton or linen, a really thin material that dries super quickly so that you can rinse it out in like your hotel room or something and have it ready for the next day, because you probably don't want to eat off of it a ton in a row, and you also probably don't want to be eating off of it when it's wet. So I would highly recommend getting really lightweight material that, you know, like you crunch this up, super small, not going to take up much room in your bag. Awesome thing to have. Number 5. Number 5, I would highly recommend getting a solid container of some sort. I personally have this stainless steel one, which I absolutely love. It is wonderful for storing anything that you do not want to get crushed. It's great for storing like kind of meals, dishes. It's fantastic if you're going out to dinner somewhere and you might get a larger portion, you want to bring some of it home. It's great for like stealing breakfast foods. It's great for hot foods because it's metal. The only thing is you can't microwave this particular container. But if you have access to a microwave, you probably have access to like dishes of some sort. So yeah, I would highly recommend getting a hard container. They do take up more space in your bag, but also then you can like have chips and stuff and not worry about them getting crushed. So this is a great one to have around. And sometimes you can get takeout in these. Depending on where you are, you can request that restaurants put food directly into your container, or if you're at like a bakery shop or anything, you just have them hand you the thing in a napkin or something instead of getting a bag and then put it in here and eat out of here. I also like to get ice cream in a cone instead of a dish and then put it directly into here because ice cream cones are highly stress inducing and you always lose the ice cream, but they're low waste. And so if you put your ice cream cone in a metal container, voila! Low waste, and you're not gonna lose the ice cream halfway through eating it. Great solution. This one's super tiny. This one isn't technically zero waste because it is a plastic container, but I would highly recommend having this with you, having a tiny container of hand sanitizer. Personally, I have a large container of hand sanitizer at home, and then I have one small container of hand sanitizer that I just refill over and over again. This will generally last me actually like months because I just don't use it that often, but it's definitely lower waste than having hand wipes. And also making sure that your hands are clean before you are eating food is very important. And like I always say, hospitals are not zero waste. So make sure that you don't eat something disgusting because you didn't want to waste something cleaning your hands. Make the small sacrifice, bring hand sanitizer. The last zero waste travel essential that I would recommend is a reusable metal straw. Now this one is like very popular but also kind of controversial because people are like, oh, the straws don't really matter. If you're bringing this because you use plastic straws very often, then yes, bring that metal straw, it will serve you well. If you never ever use straws, maybe you don't need to have this one around, but it's super tiny. It's also just kind of trendy, it's great for Instagram. So if you ever think you're gonna be somewhere where you're gonna need a straw, you should bring a metal one with you. We are now moving on to like next level snack essentials. Like these are things that you probably don't need, most people might not need, but they're like the extra step if you want to go for zero waste snacking on your travels. So number one of these would be produce bags. I personally suggest these ones, which are made of plastic, but you use them hundreds to thousands of times and they weigh nothing and they take up, again, no space. So if you're gonna be buying produce and you don't want it rolling around in your bag, or you need to use a bag to put it on the register or something, having produce bags is super helpful and they take up absolutely no space. They're also great if you need to like dry something because you can hang it up instead of like putting it on a disgusting surface. Produce bags, great investment. And the next one on my like leveled up zero waste snacks is a silicone collapsible reusable container. This one is actually great mostly for camping type stuff, but it's awesome for like hot things and microwavable things, or if you're like preparing small meals, you can use this as like a bowl type thing. It's not great for long-term storage of snacks. Like this lid is not something that I would trust in my backpack, but it's really great for when you're eating a meal somewhere and you need an extra container. And again, it's heat proof, you microwave it. I've used this as a bowl, a cup. Super, super useful, takes up no space, and then like if you can't clean it right away, that's mostly what I use the lid for. Voila, in your bag, you can keep the gross stuff inside, or before you're ready to eat, you can keep this nice and clean. So this is a great investment, silicone, collapsible kind of camping container. Next on the list of fancier zero waste essentials would be an enamel mug. I say enamel because they are virtually indestructible, which is great when you're traveling, and also just for me in general, because I'm a klutz. But these are super great, especially if you're staying in hotels and they have breakfast and they have those awful disposable coffee cups and you don't want to use one of those, but like if you're just chilling and having breakfast, throw this in your mug, or like, I don't know, if you're somewhere and you just want to have a drink, but you don't want to chug it out of a water bottle, then this mug. And you can also use this to like eat snacks and stuff, you know. It's a very versatile item. It doesn't weigh much. I think it's kind of luxurious to have. I can drink hot chocolate out of my reusable enamel mug, and I find it quite a great experience. And I'm eliminating waste. Lastly, and because this is probably the most expensive, biggest investment one, is a filtering water bottle. This is the Grail. I will do a review on it later once I have used it to filter water that is actually not potable. Right now, it is filtering the chlorine out of my water because I am apparently allergic to high levels of chlorine. Needless to say, filtering water bottle is an amazing thing to have if you're going somewhere where the water isn't potable. Because you do not want to drink tap water there, you will probably get sick, but bottled water is very wasteful. So this is a great one because it filters like particulate matter as well as other things. There are other options like with like UV lights and stuff that only kind of sanitize the water, so you're drinking like clean dirt. But this one filters absolutely everything. It is a hefty investment. I believe it's like $80, but it is so worth it. You get like 350 uses out of it, which is definitely worth your health. So if you are heading to a country where you know you're not going to be able to drink the tap water, but you want to go low waste, I would totally recommend investing in this particular water bottle. I have found it to be absolutely amazing. I've seen reviews of dozens of other backpackers using this water bottle. It is an awesome investment. So you guys might have noticed that a couple of these items, well, most of these items are a little bit of investment items. Like the silicone bags will run you $10 to $20 a piece. Stainless steel containers, the same amount. The utensils are very cheap. You can get those very cheap. But a lot of these items tend to be investment items, and that is really the case with a lot of things zero waste. You're gonna end up paying a little bit more upfront for protecting the planet and, quite frankly, yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some good travel essentials advice out of it. If you want to see more of these videos, comment down below and let me know. If you liked it, please like and subscribe for more travel advice and fun adventures into the wild. Bye!